Hey guys, Chuke here with Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Got Chuck with Alaska Ballistics. We finally got together because he still has his original Glock 43 and we wanted to compare the Glock 43 with the 43X and see which one we like better. Now he's got his Harry's holster. I haven't seen one of these before, but I really like it. And I'm using my Nightfall Customs holster, the Chuke holster I call it. So
best Kydex holster made right here.
This one is also very nice, but I do like the Harry's holster. One interesting thing right off the bat that we found was that his +2, was it a Vickers Tactical?
Yeah, Vickers Tactical.
Vickers Tactical is about almost exactly the same length as a standard 10-round 43X mag with this extension, but this one's holding 2 more rounds. So we got an 8 versus 10 round, and this is just slightly longer than that, so that's already an advantage.
And the other thing about these, and you've seen it happen on the bear charging video when we did one of the takes, was these springs from Vickers Tactical, they come with a proprietary spring,
right,
and they will wear out.
Okay.
This gun, if I do it from the slide release, all right here,
yeah,
and I'm pointing back here in safe direction, if I do it from the slide release, it doesn't always go into battery from the slide release. Sometimes I'll have to do it from the top.
Interesting.
All right, because these 8-round springs wear out.
Okay.
All right, so just to show you there, I did it that time, of course, when I'm trying to do it, but there's some times where these 8-round springs will wear out. Of course, on camera, it's doing it correctly now, but I've had to go over top a bunch to get the 8-rounders to do, and that's just a training thing. A lot of people say to do that anyway, but yeah, so
we're just gonna draw each gun with our different holsters and fire them and just see what we think about shooting and comfort level. So
yeah, there's no real need to do a chronograph test. It's the same barrel just about, and there's no real need to do like a penetration test because there's tons of 43 penetration videos. Just a draw and fire. What do we think? All right, let's do it. Here we go, Harry's holsters, best holster, Kydex holster made, in my opinion. I've got the Glock 43 in. We're gonna see if missing those extra 2 fingers right here. I do have the pierced grip extender, so I have 7 plus 1. So I do have 8 in the compact size, and about the same size as the factory mag is. Again, Harry's holsters, you see how close it really brings it in here. So here we go. And of course the Harry's holsters reholsters just fine, finger off the trigger. Again. So there you go, if you got to get it out fast. That's 8 rounds, pretty much in a hurry. Did 5 rounds the first draw, 3 rounds the second draw, I think. So there we go. Now, Chuke has got the Glock 43X. Man, I'm not sure how I feel about how it fits. There's something just different about the way it fits in my hand that I'm not sure I like. The thickness right in here, which is weird because I carry a Glock 19. That's my carry gun. But, feels a little different. I do like the front serrations. Chuke's got the big red dot night sights on here now. It's pretty awesome.
it's not chambered.
Oh, not chambered. That might help. So we got 10 rounds. Fits in the Harry's holsters. It's the same Harry's holsters. Let's look at its concealability. Its conceal's the same, right? Just about. Like, I can't tell it's there. Here we go. And here we go again. Yeah, there's no doubt which one actually is a better draw from concealment. That little extra grip that you get there is a lot better.
It's easier to grab onto, huh?
Yeah, and this gun's clear too, but you can see right there, it is definitely easier to grab onto for not much more concealment. I've not seen the real purpose in selling my 43 to get a 43X, but they might have something there. It draws a little bit faster, in my opinion. I mean, we didn't really time that. I guess you can go back and look on the video and time it, but it draws faster. It does a little better, and you can't really tell a difference in concealment. I mean, it's just like having a car PM9 or something, very thin, or a SIG 239 that still holds 2 more rounds than that, So yeah, I think for the money, you definitely are going to get a good gun, and the 43s are there. I don't mind the texture. The texture's better than the Gen 3 Glock 20 we were shooting earlier, and so I don't mind the texture, though I do wish it was a little rougher like a Smith & Wesson 2.0. But yeah, I like them both.
All right, so I'm going to test them out now. Now I've got the Nightfall Customs holster, which I really like because look at how low sitting that is. I do like the Harry's holster. It's really nice. You can make it low too, but these things, you can get them base price for $45. And then if you're law enforcement, he'll take another percentage off. He'll give it to you for $40. I'm not law enforcement, but I get that discount because, I feature his stuff. But $40 if you're law enforcement for this holster, you can't go wrong. Look at how low sitting that is. I call it the Chuke holster because I actually designed it off a DeSantis holster, and he was like, yeah, I can make that. So it's super low sitting. So first we're going to try the Glock 43. It's Chuck's Glock 43, and there's not much to hold on to. That's the only problem with this. So we'll see how fast I can be. I haven't tried this in a long time. All right, so that was what, 6 rounds?
8.
8 rounds, all right.
8 rounds.
With the plus thing.
I had the +1 pierce extension and the...
A little bit awkward to draw. Not gonna lie. So it's cool that it fits in the same holster. And as you can see, this is still very concealable. I've worn this with t-shirts. It's a sweatshirt, but even with the t-shirt, I mean, it doesn't print that much. You've got this little butt end sticking right there, but if you, position it forward, it's just gonna be within your profile. So it's much easier to conceal. So let's try this one.
Ooh, you dropped the mag.
I dropped the mag because the mag was a little tight to me. So
yeah,
that's not good.
You probably don't want to have one in the chamber now.
Why not?
Because you didn't have a magazine put one into the chamber.
Oh, right. Idiot. Wow. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's edit that out.
Doesn't happen with the Harry's holster.
Yeah. Okay, we ready? All right, well.
User
error, but that's what you got to watch out for because that is not covered. So, interesting.
And
easier to draw, this one is.
Is it covered in the Harry's holster?
Let's see.
Because that Harry's holster is way tighter.
It is. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
But it dumps.
That little bump right there on the Harry's holster helps protect it from being pushed by your fat roll. And I have a bigger fat roll than you. If anybody should have pushed it, it should have been me. Right. I've done that with 1911s and even my G30 before. And
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, usually it stops it from doing that because
you can tell in your holster the bump isn't near as
it's not as big,
pronounced.
But it does go out a little more here. But yeah, it's probably my fat roll. So interesting. That's something to be aware of at least.
Yeah, it could have been your grip while you were doing it too, but I think it was probably while you were holstering.
But as for if you're starting off, I would say the 43X is a better value just because.
Yeah, I would agree. I was coming into this thinking I don't need a 43X over my 43, but if you already have a 43, it's not really a reason to sell it and get a 43X.
Right.
But if you don't have either and you're looking at both, probably go with the 43X.
I really like how it feels in the hand compared to the thinness of the 43 too.
See, I don't. There's something that I like the feel of the 43 better, but that's just me. I'm weird.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like the feel of this one. So, interesting. All right, guys.
Go ahead.
All right, Chuck. Well, we both fired each weapon. What do you think? Which one do you like better?
Honestly, if I don't see a need to sell my Glock 43 to get a 43X.
Understandable.
I really don't think if somebody wanted to trade a 43 for a 43X, I would probably do it. But I just don't see that kind of need. But if you were starting out with, you know, $470 or $460, whatever the price is on these things, in your pocket, you would much rather go with the 43X, I think, because in that Harry's holster, you could see how low I had it, and it was concealed, almost as low as your custom holster you had made.
Right.
And this thing can be turned any way, and we've already established that, you know, the 43X will fit right in a 43 holster. This is the Harry's holster. It'll also fit in your Nightfall custom holster. I mean, both of those are made for a 43, right? And it's just, I'm thinking, you know, if you had to start out, you know, or, you know, you got a good trade, yeah, go with that. I already have my 43. I like my 43. I carry it as a pocket gun. It is just a hair smaller in the grip, you know. In the pocket gun, that makes a difference, but, you know, the 43X fits in that coat pocket I showed on my video on it, so.
I agree to a certain extent. I think that if I had a 43, it would be fine to keep it, but you know how impulsive I was. I would trade the 43 or sell it and get one of these just because this grip I like so much better. It's slightly wider. For some reason, I feel like I shoot better and it feels better in the hand than the thinner 43. Regular 43. So, and I think that's such an advantage with these mags to have like the same length as that extended mag, but with 2 extra rounds. You know,
oh, definitely.
They staggered that, and so that was pretty ingenious. So I would probably say you'd be fine with a 43, but I would eventually get rid of it and go with a 43X.
I tend to agree with you. I didn't think so to begin this video. What would be nice is as an Alaskan gun.
Right.
You know, I of course use a Glock 29 as my backup, or my 44 Red Hawk as my backup. But you know, if I have my big G40 across my chest and that's all I had, but I had a 43X like my wife carried or something like that, you got 10 rounds. You can put like the first one of the hard cast lead in there. You're not really supposed to put hard cast lead in the Glock, but 1 round's not going to hurt it.
Right.
And then, you know, put your extreme penetrators or those plus P plus buffalo bore hard cast flat or jacketed flat nose bullets that are penetrators in there, and you know, if bear's on top of you, you could stick 10 rounds in his jaw, as the only +6+1 with this one as a factory mag. So, you know, or 7+1 with that mag extension I got on there. So, you know, that tends to be a better Alaskan gun, the 43X, definitely too. And we got a lot more. Even in the summer, you're wearing a coat or a sweatshirt half the time. So. Yeah.
Well, so I think the 43X works. It's, you know, like not. For Alaska, is, you know, more for social work, says the social worker. But yeah, 43X wins.
43X wins. I have to admit it. It wins. It's comfortable. It shoots good.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. Subscribe to Alaskan Ballistics here. Thanks, guys. Signing out. Outdoor adventure.